Howdy friends, and welcome back to Toy Box Nostalgia, where I am Douglas, and in this video we're going to be ripping into the absolute brand new 2024 Mattel New Eternia Masterverse version of Thunder Punch He-Man. This is crazy. I have Thunder Punch He-Man Masterverse, but I don't have the Origins version because I feel like it just didn't exist. I don't know what happened. Maybe it was a Walmart exclusive. I couldn't get my hands on it. It's like seemingly non-existent on the internet. I only wanted it though for the armor. I was gonna customize the Origins version of the armor and place it onto the 40th anniversary Masterverse version of He-Man. Now I don't have to do that. Water under the bridge. I got this one. It's gonna be so awesome. This is a remake of an absolute classic toy, like from the 80s. I loved my Thunder Punch He-Man. I love the fact that it was loud when he made a punch. I was also kind of obsessed with the smell of the bang caps when they would go off. Did anybody else like really enjoy that? The whole experience of Thunder Punch He-Man was just so rich and vibrant. I don't know what it was, but it just tickled all of my senses. Anyways, if you're new to Toy Box Nostalgia, you'd love to see more content like this show up into your YouTube newsfeed, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Truly helps out the channel. If you're a fan of Thunder Punch He-Man, or Motu, or Mattel, or Masterverse, or New Eternia Masterverse, give me a thumbs up. I'd love you so much forever for it. And please drop a comment below letting me know what you think of this crazy remake of this incredible action figure. Did you have this action figure as a kid? Do you have this action figure now? If so, have you taken toy photographs of it? I'd love to see them, so please give me some links. Thank you so much for watching, my friend. Give me about 10 seconds here to set this stuff up, and I'm gonna catch you after this quick break. Here he is, my friends. I finally have a nice looking modern version of Thunder Punch He-Man from Mattel. I don't know what happened to that Origins He-Man, but here it is. Let's take a look at this packaging first, because I gotta tell you, I absolutely am in love with the new Masterverse packaging. The whole thing is a nice matte finish. Up here it says Masterverse. Oh, look at that. That big explosion looks absolutely amazing. They have a huge piece of artwork right here that's covering part of the window. Looks absolutely phenomenal. It looks like Thunder Punch He-Man is punching that barbarian version of Skeletor that we got from Masterverse. It says Masters of the Universe, New Eternia. Down here says Thunder Punch He-Man. On the side here we see a really nice 1980s or early 90s inspired painting of He-Man with his head really big in the sky, looking fantastic, and he's thunder punching the ground. It's flipping over to the back. We have a really nice toy photo right here. Looks absolutely awesome. We have 3 action shots here on the right. It shows He-Man with his Thunder Punch fire effects that he comes with. It looks like he comes with the shield and a golden version of the sword. Looks absolutely crazy looking, right? Take a look at that. And then we have the backpack that opens up. Let's take a look at this backdrop, right? This looks like Eternia. This is crazy because I feel like we're seeing more and more hints towards Evil Horde. Like, this is awesome. I love the fact that we got a Hordak in Masterverse that wasn't the Princess of Power version. It's a shame that it's from the TV show, though. I would like to have a New Eternia version of Hordak that kind of matches the Classics version that I own, because that's my favorite. You know, that's what Hordak looked like to me when I was a kid, when I had the toy. You could see the Evil Horde up here on this giant column, the logo, and then we have another one right here. It looks like the column had come down or was smashed off, and the big giant Evil Horde logo is just kind of like inside the sand on the ground, like this was just destroyed many years ago. Looks crazy. Take a look at this. It says, Thunder Punch He-Man, heroic leader with a power punch. He-Man dons the ancient Thunder Punch armor and defends the recovered arcane artifact, the Eye of Grayskull, against Skeletor's entire army. Also available, we have our cross sale right here. We have Thunder Punch He-Man, Emperor Hordak, Leech, and Cyclone. I have all of these. We're going to be opening them up right here on the channel. Down here, I love this. This is something maybe I just didn't notice before, or maybe it's new. It says, empowering the next generation through play, Mattel. Let's take a quick look at the bottom. Ah, very nice. There's the barcode in case you need it. I'm going to zoom in right here. And that's it. So this packaging is absolutely amazing. It says 6+, and it does in fact have the Masterverse 30 points of articulation. I'm going to go ahead and rip this open. Let's take a look at the action figure. Here's the action figure, my friends, out of the package. Take a look at how awesome this is. Now, I'm not a big fan of this head sculpt, but I know a lot of folks are. The thing about not being a fan of He-Man head sculpts is that Mattel has made quite a few of them, especially just in the Masterverse line alone, which is awesome because we as adults, when we think back to our childhood, we seemingly all remember He-Man looking differently. To me, He-Man looked exactly like dead on to the 40th anniversary Masterverse version of He-Man. That's how I remember him, and that'll always be my favorite head sculpt. And I know there's loads of people that would absolutely disagree with me, and that's okay. You know, some folks remember him looking like this. In fact, I remember when the Man-Child was opening up Faker, which is the same sculpt right here from Masterverse, I remember him saying, you know, hey, I wish that we got this head sculpt for like a version of He-Man, and it was almost like Mattel listened. This, oh my gosh, this is, I mean, it looks fantastic. It doesn't look weird. Like, how do you say a face looks weird? That's kind of messed up, right? I'm just saying that I remember him looking differently. So to me, it's just, who is this person, essentially? Yeah, so the details, right? Let's take a look at that head. Look at that. Very good. We have a wash inside of the hair. You can see individual strands of hair really sticking out, looking absolutely amazing. He's got sunken in cheeks right here. Very nice looking blue eyes and brown eyebrows. Looks great. We do have some airbrushing on the abs here to make the muscles stick out. The paint application is perfect. As far as I can see, I don't see any flaws. I love this new armor, and I love how big the backpack is. Oh, I just had to do that. This is so cool. So we have these crazy arm bracers that go from the bottom of the shoulder all the way down to his wrist bracers. And they do have peg holes on them, so I'm guessing that's where we're going to place the shield. He has a gold belt, very detailed. Sculpt is amazing. He has a brown loincloth. Now, I specifically remember as a kid the loincloth and the boots were a reddish orange. I don't know if I'm just remembering it wrong, but I feel like this probably would look better if it were reddish orange to match the red. This is more of like a yellow-brown color. I mean, it still looks amazing. We still have like a nice cream color on the boots here. We do have a wash on the boots. I don't know if you could see that. There's black wash on it, or really, really dark brown. Looks absolutely fantastic. We have a little bit of like a light colored wash, which is kind of odd on the loincloth there. There's like a light brown inside of all of the grooves. That's kind of cool. Makes it look like maybe chestnut fur or something from like a wild animal. The belt going all the way around to the back is very detailed. Look at those rivets. That looks absolutely amazing. Oh, this cross armor though in this backpack is just so cool. It's like high-tech looking. And I can imagine like being a kid and actually having this version. Your outlook will be just completely different, right? When you become older and you start thinking about Thunder Punch He-Man, maybe it's weird because he doesn't actually snap with any of these. Like the snaps that come with this are just kind of like fake, you know? Take a look at those ribs right there. That is amazing. All of the sculpt, the muscle sculpt looks really good. Like the entire sculpt. Look at those boots. Like, look at that. Even the paint application looks great. The fur on the boots looks fantastic. Looks like he comes with two hands. We have two gripping hands that come on the action figure by default. And we could take a look at that there. Very nice looking. And yeah, so that's the details of the action figure. Let's take a look at accessories. We have the shield right here. This is where it plugs into the arm. Looks very futuristic, kind of cool. And I'm guessing the sword slides in here and the actual blade of the sword comes out here as shown in the images on the front of the box. It's made out of a hard plastic and it's dull. Here's two Thunder Punch effects. It looks like they are, but they're just mirrored. And it looks, this is gonna look awesome. And then we have two new punching hands. Obviously, he's got to have two punching hands, right? This is Thunder Punch He-Man. Then we get two sets of bang caps that are obviously fake. One is gold and one is red. Looks absolutely awesome. And finally, look at this new sword. It is gold with cream-colored wrapping around the handle. Mine has a little bit of a flaw right there. I don't know if you can see that right there. It's like the paint came off right there, but that's okay. It's perfectly straight. It's made from like a semi-rigid plastic. Very, very cool. Okay, so let's move on to articulation. So for articulation, we're going to have probably the typical Masterverse amount of articulation. So we're going to start with the head. We have it on a ball joint here. This ball joint is the same as the Origins ball joint. We say, take a look down there. The head is like a soft, maybe like a hard rubber actually. And it's snapping it back on there. So he could look down really well. He could look up really good. Well, not so much. Maybe just straight. Maybe he's just kind of looking straight ahead. Is pressing against his back muscles right here. We do definitely, I feel like we definitely have a new sculpt for the Buck. At least as far as He-Man goes, as far as I remember. Like the shoulder muscles up here seem like they're a lot bigger. But let's see, as far as tilt goes, yeah, we have a little bit of tilt. Not very much. The arms, it's right there. So you can move them all around in any direction. There's a swivel right here. We do have a bicep swivel. Very nice. That's awesome when you're taking toy photos. And then we have a crease in the elbow. And it is a double hinge right here. Now with this piece of armor on here, this, not armor, but like this big orange bracer right here, can't really get the hand too close to the face. Maybe there's a little bit more room, wiggle room whenever you take this off, or maybe mine just needs heated up. Moving down to the wrist, now the hinge is in the palm for the wrist. So it just moves in and out just like that, and it swivels. Obviously it is on a peg so that we can replace it, and this is the new Masterverse style peg, very large. Will not work, unfortunately, with your Origins action figures. Let's put in a new punch right there. Very cool. Punch. Let's put on a punch effect right here. Yeah, just like that. We'll just put that on there. Looks really nice. It just slides off and on. There's two notches inside there. I don't know if you'll be able to see them or not. And the fist just kind of squeezes between those notches. All right, so continuing with articulation, this is a huge amount of ab crunch, right? I feel like this is the most I've ever seen with a Masterverse action figure. That's crazy. And it turns. It's holy cow. That's crazy. I guess he would have to make really awesome punch poses. But yeah, the sculpt of the abdomen and like the ribs and everything and the pec muscles, it just looks fantastic to me. Awesome. So moving down to the waist, we do have, we can twist at the waist, but that's it. And then down here, the ball joints inside of the legs, connecting them at the pelvis. We all know from Masterverse action figures, this is a crazy amount of articulation. Like this is just crazy. Look at this. We also have a great cut up here at the top of the thigh. I love that because say for instance, we're doing like legs spread apart, you know, he's like taunting Skeletor and he's ready to beat the crap out of him. You could get the legs in a really nice position, even though there's a little bit of cut right there, like it doesn't line up perfectly. That's easy to Photoshop out when you're taking toy photographs. Moving down to the knee, we have a double joint, so we have a huge amount of articulation right there. Very cool, does not swivel at the knee, but we do have a swivel at the boot cut right there. Moving down to the leg, we have, or I'm sorry, the foot. We have a hinge at the foot, and we also have a rocker. So we can, in fact, you know, if we have a pose with the legs spread apart here, you can plant them flat on the ground, and that makes a world of a difference when you're standing him or displaying this action figure in a pose in which his legs are spread apart and he's like going to punch, you know, and especially toy photography. So one thing I got to show you all is that, check this out, just like the Snout Spout action figure, look at that movement right there. This moves down, very cool, very, very cool. I love that. Because it just gives you a crazy amount of articulation. All right, so that is all of the details, the articulation, and all of the accessories. Let's see, can He-Man hold his sword? Of course he can. He's He-Man, right? Look at that. Very nice. Very awesome looking action figure. He looks so intimidating to me. The face looks really mad. Like he does really look pissed off. All right, so the backpack, right? Everybody wants to see the backpack. At least I think so. Just opens up just like that, just like the vintage one. Very cool. You put in your bang caps. Close it up. And you could see them inside there. See them rotating inside there? Just line it up with that. We do the twist. When he goes to do the punch, it's not the same without the sound, but still, this is nice. This is crazy, and I love this. I think this is absolutely awesome. All of these accessories look great. Let's take a look at how the shield connects. We're going to just place the peg right onto the peg hole right here for the bracer. And go ahead and show you what the sword looks like inside the shield. Very cool. This is beautiful. Like, this is a work of art. It's absolutely a masterpiece. I love it. Here's Thunder Punch He-Man with the 40th anniversary head. Take a look at that. Very, very cool. I think that looks awesome. If we want to take off the backpack, you just kind of remove this right here, and there's one on this side. And then you just pull it up. I don't think you have to remove the head. I just had the head off. Yeah, the problem with the 40th anniversary He-Man is that this is glued. And once you break this seal right here and you pull this off, it is the hardest thing in the world to keep back on. And I ended up using super glue on one of mine, which is unfortunate, but I don't know. I don't even think this would fit, to be honest with you, because this buck is just huge. Like, these pec muscles are massive compared to this. If you take a look at these two right here, yeah, it's such a world of a difference. Okay, so to take off the arm bracers, I'm going to remove the arm peg. I'm going to remove the wrist bracer. Just slides right off. And I don't think you could really slide this off. Maybe you can. Pull it down over the muscle. It's just kind of like, it feels like a soft rubber. So this is what this He-Man looks like without the arm bracer on and without the cross armor. The boot sculpts seem to be the same to me. They look to be the same. This one's just painted differently to match the scheme. Obviously, the belt's completely different, and the loincloths are completely different. This loincloth is a lot smaller than this one. The arm sculpt, take a look at the difference in the arm sculpt there. This one has a lot more tone, and down here in the arm, you can see it's just a little bit different. The forearm looks to be the same to me, though, and the hands look to be the same. The legs look very, very similar. This is what the peg size looks like in the 40th anniversary He-Man, and this is the new peg size for the Masterverse action figures. It's a lot bigger, maybe just to be more sturdy. I don't know if Mattel had complaints or not of them breaking. I don't know. I've never had one break before, though, and I take mine apart constantly to swap out hands, especially for toy photography, as you'll see in that showcase if you do take a look at my smug mug. But that's it, my friends. This is Thunder Punch He-Man. I'm very, very happy with this action figure. Let's go ahead and put in the gold here. Put it this way, just because whenever we close it up, you can see inside there. Yeah, see that? Some nice tops right there. But this looks fantastic. I'm very thrilled and very happy with this action figure. I'd love to know what you think of this action figure, so please drop a comment below letting me know what you think of the new Eternia Masterverse Thunder Punch He-Man. It's so cool. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, collect and shoot.
Bring on the waves, bring on the day. Now I got you in front of me. Kisses are blaze, touches are waves with the hands all over me. Yes, I'm a big, but you take the cake with your high vibrations. Tell me what got you here with me. Give me the blaze, crash on me now. Let's see the moment.